Y'all, this is Reality Gaze. This is Maddie, and I'm here with three people that I have to yell save it to because everybody's talking before we press record and just blowing their load because we've got a lot to say because this is our collab. It's me and Poodle with Jack and Meredith from Constant Reality Check, bitches.
Whoop. Yay, welcome. Welcome, siblings.
Hey.
Hello.
That's Meredith. It's Constant Reality Check, not Constant Reality Check, bitches. Sorry.
But I
That's how you say it.
I like it when you said that it was just Meredith Constant Reality Check. That really fed my ego.
Oh,
it was nice.
Oh God, we got two poodles on this show.
I also want to say that I guess probably people think that you're married.
Yeah, actually, that happened on the plane with us. The lady next to us was like, "Are you guys on your honeymoon?" And I was like, "Ew."
Yeah, we can't wait to make whoopee when we land.
Y'all, they're brother and sister.
It's not flowers in the attic, though.
No, it's not.
That was so weird when you said that. Oh,
you don't look enough alike.
No. Now, Meredith, are you the more mature sibling?
In terms
You can
of
say
age,
older.
in terms of age, and emotionally, yes, I am. I am.
Emotionally, is that so? Emotional. Okay.
Just some reads.
We
already.
fighting. So yeah, I'm almost 5.5. I'm 5 years older. Jack says 4.5, but it's actually 4 3/4. So
4 1/4.
4 1/4. So
4 1/4 stars.
Jack, don't talk with an accent. You're already straight and you're already handsome, and Poodle's going to just start.
It's already too much. He's already got chest hair showing. It's a good thing you can't see my lap. Let's just say that.
Wow.
yes, this is what I've wanted. Just
We
for
dive
Jack
in.
to just be just objectified.
Hey man,
Well,
I'll take flattery wherever
It's
it comes
your
from.
turn. It's your turn, Straighty.
Yeah, welcome.
All right, everybody. We're doing this is a collab, and you know how that works. We're going to do part 1 on our feed, on our free feed, and then part 2 is going to be on Constant Reality Check's feed. So be sure to follow them in the show notes and go listen to part 2 of the episode. And we are talking about the new show.
I was going to say, before we start, can we talk about what they do? So we don't
Yeah,
just
I'm
raw
just doing the
dog.
intro. Well, I'm not
Yeah,
just saying we're
man.
going to be talking about Bravo's Love Without Borders. That's all.
Okay.
I wasn't going to talk about the show. I just
I
saying
keep saying
talk about
love beyond borders, but it is love without
Love
borders.
Without Borders.
It sounds like a terrible charity.
And then
Oh my
I was
god,
go-
like
it does.
toothless, not homeless.
That's gonna be their spinoff.
Oh my
That's
god,
like, it's like love without. It's like love during lockup, life during lockup, love after lockup. It's gonna be the same thing. They're gonna make a spinoff.
love without people.
Ray Dean. I can see Ray Dean
Meredith.
on future seasons.
That's Meredith's. Love without people. That's Meredith's.
Oh my
Love
god,
Without
I hate
Hoarders.
people. I hate
Love Without
people.
Hoarders. Someone who leaves a hoarder.
Okay, I like that show.
The problem with the name is the least of their problems with this show.
Wow.
I just want to say that right away.
Oh no, are we going to disagree on this podcast?
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Oh, I love
it.
you
Oh,
love
no.
everything I hate.
But before we get to that, y'all, let's talk a little bit about Constant Reality. Y'all have been podcasting for a hot minute now, right?
Yes.
A year?
It's been
No.
about 3 months.
Oh wow.
No,
more
that-
than that. No.
No, it's maybe 4 or 5. Literally in
There we
July,
go. That's better.
I made
5
a
months.
viral TikTok of Jack surprising my grandparents, which was adorable, mostly because of my grandparents, but Jack thought it was because of him. And he's like, we should probably start a podcast. And I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That's cute.
And then like a week later, I was like, okay, so I have graphics, I have the domain name, I have the concept. And then I realized this was a great opportunity to force someone in my life to watch reality TV and talk about it with me. And I
Oh.
realized this was a great long con.
Yeah. Jack,
Yeah,
had you watched reality TV before this? Any experience with it?
I have never watched it before this podcast.
What do you watch? Do you watch like the Denver Bulls and the
Broncos?
the trumpets? Yeah, whatever
trumpets?
they do.
I do watch sports ball. I watch sports ball a lot.
Yeah,
Yep.
sports ball. Yeah.
I
Sink
watch
it
the
in
Denver-
goal.
The
Sink it
Denver
in the
Trumpets.
goal.
They play baseball. I don't know. The Cornet. I don't know their names.
The Nuggets.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I watch like Rick and Morty and House of
Big
Dragons.
Mouth.
and stuff like that.
Big
Oh,
Mouth.
House of
It's
Dragon.
great
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Stuff with boobs and balls. That's
Yeah,
what you're
that's
watching.
what I like. I love that
Just
stuff.
die hard every night.
So what Die
With a
Hard
vengeance.
every night.
With a
I-
fucking vengeance.
I used to work by that building that it was filmed at. And anyway, what
That is such a gay thing to say.
Well, it
You
was.
scream
It was
out,
Die
"I used to
Hard
work by that building."
my building. So
Jesus.
what was the show that y'all first kind of started to talk about first?
So originally we were going to do like classic episodes. It was going to be kind of an education thing. And we started with the dinner party from hell, which is Real Housewives of
Yeah.
Beverly Hills. It's when Camille Grammer is there and she's like the morally corruptible Faye Resnick. Like
No,
she's all like hoity toity. It's so
That's a
good.
very famous episode. Yes, that you're
And then we watched
talking
like
about.
the table flipping because we're from New Jersey, so it was, it was like
Yeah,
home.
Prostitution whore. Yeah.
Prostitution whore, married 19 times. So we watched that, and then we were doing that for a while, and it was great for like the 15 people that downloaded it. But then
Yeah.
the new season of Life After Lockup came out, and that was like the season after Kevin punched Curtis over a waffle.
Yes.
And I was like,
Yes.
Jack, do you just want to like check this out? Because it's actively crazy. What if we just tried to do a show
Like a
airing
Clown.
now?
Yep.
And Jack
And-
loves it.
And
Yeah.
now you don't know, your life was just gray without it before.
Yeah, no, we literally were just in Italy and we went to the
Yep.
Villa Borghese and we just started walking around looking at paintings and being like, that kind of looks like Lindsay when she's pissed off at Deontay. Take a
Yep.
picture. Like
Yep.
we have no culture anymore. We're lost. We're broken.
There's people next to us like, oh, look at this architecture. Look at the shape that they've made it. And we're just talking about dicks and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Sounds about
typical
right.
us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, y'all do other stuff. We're going to actually talk. I want to hear your thoughts on Life During Lockup right now, but you actually do other shows too, right?
Yes. Right now we're doing obviously Love Without Borders. We're also doing the current season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And
Yeah.
then on our Patreon, I haven't watched all the seasons of Lalu and all the iterations.
Yep.
So we're starting from the beginning.
Ooh.
And
Oh.
we're watching all of it. So we're on the season with like Jonna and Garrett and
Tony
And-
Jonathan.
Tony Jonathan, the father who's very mad.
Very bad.
Yeah, I don't know why we call him
Yeah,
that.
we
Sounds
have
but-
like Bernie Sanders.
We're going to try to go
Oh,
back
wow.
and do those too, because we only started around season 3.
Oh, they're so good.
Oh, it's already so,
so
messed
good.
up. There's
Oh
this
my
Mormon
God.
woman with this guy. It's so good.
It's so
Oh,
good.
and they get like hot and heavy, like necking in the car wash, but he's just like kind of like licking the side of her neck, and it's weird.
she's like,
Oh,
my
my.
God. The orgasms. She sounds like, remember the commercials, the herbal essence in the shower?
Yes.
That's what she
Yes.
sounds like.
Wow.
Jack, stop it. You're going to turn poodle on.
Oh, it's too late.
Too late.
It's a good thing I had sex last night, Jack, because it'd be even
It's true.
worse.
He's calmer right now. He had sex
All
last
right.
night, and then tonight he had pizza. So you've got calm.
This
poodle.
is the best of all possible worlds.
Oh my God,
really.
you're just like living your best life.
Glad to be here.
I'm the most docile now. You could
You are
basically
really- you're
rub
like a
my
kitten.
belly.
Yeah, you're like a little
you
kitten.
could. Yeah. Normally, if you tried to rub my belly, I would snap at you and bite your hand.
like a cat.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. If we ever meet, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
We did
Well, you
meet,
did
actually.
meet.
We did meet. Sorry.
Yeah,
did
we
meet.
met y'all at
Yes,
our
we did
Denver
meet.
live show. Yes.
Yeah, we met you guys. You were at our live show. That was the show that I think I was the call girl, Baby Doe.
Yeah, you were like like some sort of minors, and you had a lot of like like rock jokes, and it was very
Yes.
good.
That was the one where Meredith walked through and just screamed when she saw you.
It was a little scary.
I wasn't expecting to see you, so my first reaction is to squeal.
Yeah.
You're like,
that's
oh,
what I
look at my
did.
brother. That's there you go. Here's my brother. Here's eye candy. Here's your poodle. I still have the shirt. I should have
That
worn
was
the
helpful.
shirt.
Oh, you
Oh,
should've
it's
worn the
fine.
shirt.
Yeah, but you have the button up. You can show the chest hair.
It's
Yeah.
better.
better
It's
that
better
way.
this way.
It's better
Jack,
that
we all
way.
know you're a dick pig. If Jack was gay, he would be the biggest dick pig.
Well,
Be a
He would
lumber
be
snack.
slinging dick.
Hey, we've said a dick pig is a state of mind.
It
But
is.
Jack has it, and then some.
I think
Yeah.
it's a state of mind.
Sometimes you can just feel yourself. You're a dick pig. You're a dick pig from birth.
He
Um,
really
Look through,
is.
look, no.
So with love during real quickly, let's talk a little bit about
Yeah.
love during lockup. Who is the couple that when they come on the screen, you I'm gonna ask you, we'll ask you different, but that you're a little scared of what you're gonna
Ty,
see.
Ty and Hottie. Ty is terrifying.
Oh,
Oh,
she's my favorite person in the world.
she's the one that this is interesting here in straight male because you think you could date a woman like that. Where Poodle and I, that's the goal we want to be.
No, it's the ultimate repudiation of heterosexuality. Watching Ty.
It's scary. It's scary. That's
She
the kind of
wrecked
girl
her
that
own
will-
damn house.
Yeah, dude.
She
She'll cut
wrecked
your
her
head
own
off, but she'll
house.
give you some great sex.
Yeah, she's
She
nuts.
will.
Yeah, she's absolutely nuts.
Freaky deaky in the bed.
Whenever Mark, or as I call him, Mark from Severance, is on the screen, I can't even. I just my mouth goes like this, just drops.
He's so wild.
It's weird that the person named Cincinnati in that relationship is the normal one. You know what?
That
Seriously.
is so accurate.
That's so
I thought
accurate.
Cincinnati, when I first saw their pictures, Mark Cincinnati, I'm like, well, Cincinnati is obviously going to try to con him. I didn't know he would turn out to be someone who wanted to impregnate her and lots of other female incarcerated people.
Yeah,
Very scary.
he's like Nick Cannon. Like-
Or like Love Without Borders, like Phil's
Like
father, the
Phil.
guy from Miami Vice.
Damn, 15 kids.
Or every gynecologist. Sorry.
That's an opinion.
Jack.
That's it a bit. Now,
I've
Meredith,
known gay gynos before.
wow.
Yeah.
Meredith, what about you? Who do you see that you're like, your heart stops a little bit?
Oh my gosh. Let me go through the characters in my head for a second. I mean, definitely, God,
Don't say
Ty.
Chelsea.
Ty and Chelsea. Chelsea. No, what I love about the Chelsea
Chelsea.
scenes
As
is
long as
every,
she's deaf.
every,
We always just
every,
know.
every episode they're like, do you remember she's deaf? Let me cut out the
They
sound.
do.
And
Let's
it's
do that.
garbled.
Let's do that
What?
thing let's do that thing where we tell the audience how it's like to be deaf so they all could experience it. It was annoying after the first time they did it for me.
No, I didn't
It's
mind
been
it
too
like I
much.
did the third time.
Yeah.
They did it sometimes, like when they did it in the lawyer's office. That actually was a good reminder. It reminded me that she has no idea what they're fucking saying. So when they
Feels
use it like
they're,
that,
they're
but like
talking
when
down
she
to their
swi-
audience. That's
but
what
when
it feels
well,
like.
I
to
feel
me.
like that's a good use of it. But then when they're like swimming in the pool and they do it, I'm like, no one can hear in the pool.
Yeah,
Like-
like everyone.
You're
But
like
also,
a
are they-
YMCA by yourself. Like, come on.
Are they
Yeah.
talking down to their audience though? Like, who's the audience?
It's fair. It's
You know
fair.
what I mean?
It's
I
true
don't know what
because
the audience is for.
oh,
us.
I do. The woman that worked at Dodson's Florals. We talked about it every time we went in to talk to my dad about it.
Honestly, I think Emily scares me the most, and she's the one I don't like the most.
That's fair.
Same.
I really
Reprehensible.
don't like her. First of all, she sounds like she has such disdain for criminals. And
Yes.
she's
She does. She
dating
hates
a
criminals.
criminal. What are you doing, ma'am? She's like, I can't be associated with smoke if they do a Google search. I'm like, you're
She-
on fucking TV.
And you're
And it's-
wanting to be a lawyer.
Right. Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, that whole thing is her whole job in life is to her whole purpose in life is to kind of sort through the people who are undesirables and then say you're not worth my time, and then to punish the people who are in prison. It's really gross.
It's gross. The stealing of the stimulus check was honestly one of the most
Oof.
grotesque things. Like,
It's
I don't know
pretty bad.
anything really about Dari, but I'm like, that's messed up. Oh, wait, Jessica with her stomach tattoo. I keep forgetting, like, the
Oh,
crazy keeps
Jessica.
coming into my
But-
head.
Jessica.
Going back to Emily, like you look at her job situation later on in life, and it's like this is all documented. They can look back on this and be like, "Why do we want you to represent our
Yeah.
firm or
Oh,
anything
that's
like
true.
that?" Like you're making a really bad representation of yourself.
No,
Yeah,
she's
I don't think she's thinking
really
about future.
she's really awful. But you're talking about Jessica. That I think this season's darker than the first season.
Oh, it's pretty
because
fucking dark.
We have there were some funny ones a little bit on the first season. This is just people making the worst choices ever.
Although Jessica's friend, the drunk friend,
Shonda,
Oh,
yes,
my
that's like, this
God.
is like 50 Shades of Grey.
I
It's
love
Whitney
it.
Rose's drunk alias.
It's her alter
Oh,
ego.
it is Whitney
Yeah.
Rose. You know, I don't watch any Housewives, but I'm very excited that tonight, when we get done with this podcast, I get to watch Salt Lake
I
City.
watched it, and a character comes to play, and I'm here for it.
Oh,
Heather Gay is having her villain season,
Oh,
which
yep, she's
I
playing
would
the
have
villain in it.
never seen it.
Yeah, she
I would
really
have never
is.
thought it.
Well, she's
Yeah.
reading a lot of situations wrong too. Like
Yes.
she'll have this.
Siding with Angie H was a bad choice.
There's too many Andrews
Yeah.
though. We need to simmer
God.
down.
There's
Thank
An-
God Angie Harrington is the agent of chaos we all deserved.
And I kind of like it because she kind of talks like this.
She
And
does.
she's
Oh,
kind
she
of like
does.
she's kind of like
Her-
just
And her Sarah
yeah.
Paulson vibe, it's just all
She
over
does.
the place.
Oh my God, that's
She
who
is Sarah Paulson. Yeah, it is
Yes.
Sarah Paulson.
It's her
Oh, that was
Sarah Paulson
perfect.
vibe. Yeah, she's like a less lesbian Sarah Paulson.
I do miss Meredith's breastplate from her In the Moments
Oh
from
my
last
God,
year.
me too.
I do.
I had no idea what was happening. Meredith, we were sitting next to each other. I'm like, what the hell is that? What's wrong with her skin?
That
Because
is
I've
a
never seen that
breastplate
before.
reserved for drag queens.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
we're
have
that's
talking
like
about
never seen that
Meredith,
before.
the salt wife, not Meredith, the podcaster. But
now
yes.
we're talking
A little
about
bit of both.
Meredith. Seth.
Did y'all
found
just
this
see
change.
that
Ah.
fellow podcaster Kate Casey on her Facebook group posted that Jen Shaw just signed with CMEG Talent?
Of course she did.
She hasn't even
it's
been
perfect.
sentenced yet, and
It's
they already
perfect.
signed her.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
She should
No
be
nuts.
on Love during lockup.
Shut
Coach Shaw,
up!
Coach Shaw will
Well, let's say love
will
during. Yeah,
divorce
I mean,
her.
no, I guess yeah, 'cause they already got to be married. We do have a new season of Love After Lockup is coming up in like
December 16th.
December 16th. So
I am so excited. Do you think they're going to end? I mean, what? We just did episode 8 of Love During Lockup. So what do you think? 2 more episodes and
no,
then.
next week is the finale.
Next week
okay,
is the
'cause
finale.
It felt like they were wrapping up some storylines this past week.
We think Emily is wrapped up.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Mark
Emily
has
is
to
wrapped
be.
up. And surprisingly, no. We've already watched this episode.
We need that hookup, Jack. We do not have the right hookups.
No, we don't.
Are we allowed to say that? I don't know. Well, yeah, we can. We have.
can.
Yeah, we finally. Don't worry, it'll get there. But yeah, we saw this.
You'll get there.
episode,
You have to plug for a while, and then
just can't say
they'll
anything
hear
about
about
it.
you. Just can't tell anybody.
We
Yeah.
can't
I have
I
to
can
grovel,
hoe
okay.
myself if you want.
Oh yeah,
Mary.
Jack. We can. Jack will listen.
can help
He'll
myself.
suck a dick. He'll do anything.
He'll take a
I'm
pink-
not
he'll
Lisa
take a
Barlow.
pinky.
I'm not Lisa Barlow. I will not do that for jazz tickets.
She
okay?
sucks dicks for Utah Jazz tickets.
Just tickets. I will say there has not been, and so far, I don't know how the finale is going to be. From what we saw, I think it's going to deliver. But this episode this week delivers as well. There has not been. Poodle, when is the last time we have watched a show where the entire I know this was a short season, but there's not a dud in the entire season at all.
It's rare. There's
it's
usually
rare.
1 or 2 duds Lalu wise.
Not this season.
It's like the opposite of Happily Ever After, the negative image, where it's almost all duds except for 1 or 2 shining episodes.
I was just about to say that. Seriously, it's
Yeah.
gone from like you guys were excited in the beginning. You're like, actually, this isn't bad. This is
We
their
thought it was going to be
storylines.
better. We did.
And then we got past, like the Karma Sutra class, and now you just sound like hostage victims.
No,
in each episode.
Maddie had Stockholm syndrome for like the first 6 episodes, and
did.
then he started hating it. I actually had hope for like 3, and then they threw away all the fun story angles they were doing, like Libby singing, and and all the fun things, and we're now back to the same old shit.
Oh my God, I miss the Libby singing. It's like the
I know.
blah, blah, black sheep. And that
Yeah, it's a shame.
I'm still mad about that vocal coach though. Crapping on her dreams. I'm like, this is the
Oh,
most
wow.
realistic dream I've heard from one of these people.
I'm
you
in
were
the
musical theater
industry.
nerds, so you know what that's.
Yeah.
You were like us, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I was watching that. I'm like, why is she sitting down slouching while singing too? This is stupid.
Jack, were you a musical theater nerd at all?
No, I played soccer.
Oh, soccer
Ew.
players have the best calves and great asses.
You know what?
He has
I
a
played.
huge, juicy ass.
I have a juicy
Ooh,
ass.
he does.
Oh,
I remember
God.
it.
Oh no!
You do?
Taking a mental picture. Yeah.
Oh, it won't stop.
I forgot you had a soundboard.
It's soundboards. That's so cool. I want to do like a poop one if we ever have
We'll
one.
put that on our list.
Yeah, let's
With
do
that
that.
Zencaster, you can put your little things in soundboard. Unfortunately, this one stuck and it won't stop.
The electronic button.
appreciate
is
it.
stuck. But that was a good segue because we should start to talk about Bravo's Love Without Borders. Okay. Jack or Meredith, who wants to take this? Who wants to, in 30 seconds, describe what this show is?
Would you
I'm
like
gonna
to
give it-
Meredith, or
I'm going to give it to Meredith. Okay, Meredith.
Meredith.
Yeah.
go ahead?
Okay,
Mary.
this
You're
is
probably more insightful.
sort of like the pacing of 90 Day UK with 90 Day Fiancé the other way and Matchmaker and maybe a little bit of Love is Blind combined into one show with a host that we're never introduced to till
Thank you.
halfway through the
Thank
fucking
you.
show.
Thank you.
I just wrote what's the woman from Top Chef? Padma. I just
I
was
thought it
like,
was I thought it was Padma Lakshmi,
doesn't it?
whatever her
She
name is
kind of
too.
talks like her, and she
Yeah.
has a similar build. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Padma is a matchmacher now. We
Thank
don't know
you.
her qualifications.
We don't
We don't
know
know
anything.
anything.
It's all made up. I wanted to Google her before, but I'll do it later. I think
Erica with an A, that's her
I
name.
don't trust it.
Erica
I would
Angelo.
also add Married at First Sight with that.
Oh,
because they're
yes.
actually having to live together. Which is like Married at First Sight.
It's basically like a Frankenstein of all the shows. And Bravo was like, we really need to cash in on this because this is really popular. We should do our version of a show. And we got to get it out really fast, though. So let's we'll cut corners.
It is quite slipshod put together. I think it's the fact everything is very, very Bravo. Where a TLC lens will linger in a documentary style, this is 90 Day Fiancé for the ADD market. It is extremely fast.
It is edited a lot like Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like quick.
But kind of like some Selling Sunset like shots, like some of those kind of glamour shots and the drone
very beautifully shot.
I need to see who produces this. I need to, because I want to see what else they did, because it's kind of an anomaly in the reality show world, because I know to go to these locations could not have been cheap.
And it's 12 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
The show has a lot of fucking money behind it, and I bet it's because they thought we need a
90 Day Fiancé.
I mean, we tell people all the time and they don't believe it, but they forget that 90 Day Fiancé is the most watched show by women in cable, period. Bravo Housewives have never been Below Deck. None of those shows are watched more in ratings. So Bravo's trying to catch in on that.
I just have one thought to start off, and I want to just ask you guys, how do you find contestants for this show? Because you have to be able to do a couple of things. Pick up your life completely, so your job has to be a non-issue.
Well, but before you jump in, I just want to tell people that are listening that didn't watch the show. The premise of the show is they're working with Erica, that we don't know, the matchmaker. She goes through all these questions and interviewing that we don't see any of and know
we never see
about.
Which is a major
about
fail.
It again, like Meredith said halfway through the show. But she basically has set these single people up in the U.S. with someone, and then Erica shows up at their house and says, guess what? I found someone for you. You have to leave in an hour.
You have to go today because there's an abusive partner coming to find you.
Yeah, you got to board your dogs. You got to quit your job. You have to leave now and go to the airport and fly to a country that you have no idea where you're going to go. And then they send them over there. That's the premise. Sorry, Jack.
And then also what I was thinking was, how hard was it to get the visas? Like, that must have been a process, right? Like, that costs money, it costs time. Like, that must be hard.
Yeah, the four of us queens have watched 90 Day Fiancé. We know this shit is way, way harder than they're making it.
They're acting like
you're a queen.
You're a
Jack.
queen.
You're
a queen.
here. You're here.
But we're acting like none of this was planned. Also, they don't know where they're going. They don't even know what to pack. So there must be someone must tell them to pack. Is there a summer suitcase?
Well, no, Erica's saying pack a jacket, pack a t-shirt.
Okay. She says that, but Philip hears. I'm calling him Philip. I just made him a little more formal, but Phil is like, well, I need Pine Sol, obviously. And I was like, are we gonna dig into that a little bit more?
He's OCD.
Can we look into these broken, damaged people?
Okay.
Chloroform, I don't know, whatever else. Yeah.
That's the other thing. The three people we have on this episode are basically, as we say on my show, or on our show.
Our show.
Ooh,
our show.
Meredith does that too a lot. She does.
That was just like the beginning of our Bi Curious when you say
this is my show, and you go our show. I went, our show, and this, as we say on our show. Sorry, this is show me your trauma right from the beginning, and the problem is all three of these lonely hearts seem to be okay with bringing their trauma into the relationship that they may potentially being in.
I always call these kind of
No, just say they're pushing it hard.
I always call these shows people that need therapy, not relationships.
Yep. Amen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I've related to a lot of these people.
Yeah, I was about to say Jack definitely with his 2.5 week marriage definitely felt some of this.
Oh wow,
Wow.
2.5
They didn't know
weeks.
that? Oh, you guys didn't know that?
No.
Oh, that's my favorite
man.
thing. It's his fake wedding. He was
Yeah.
married for less time than Kim
Humphries.
Kardashian and Chris Humphries
This year.
this year. It was his
Ooh.
fake wedding.
I would
Sugar,
I
I'm
would
sorry, but I'm glad it was quick.
I would have a 2.5 week marriage, but someone would die at the end.
Oh no, there was no money, and he never got the health insurance. They got married early for the health insurance.
Yeah.
They were going to have a bigger wedding in the spring, and he never even got the health insurance. And really, the worst part was since they hadn't lived in the state long enough, they had to wait 90 days to like divorce. They couldn't just, And so he ends up getting
90-day divorce.
90-day divorce.
Bravo.
A big
Wow.
bravo. So he ends up getting the divorce papers on his original wedding date.
But I did get a divorce cruise out of it, which was a lot of fun.
That was cool.
That's
Oh.
good times.
And we
I
did go
just-
to Italy. We milked your trauma for a lot of things, and it was great.
Jack, I'm proud for you.
I know
Yeah.
you bounced back.
You got
I
out
did.
quick.
He's having
I
his
did.
hot girl summer.
Yes. I just want to say one more thing about. I feel like everyone on this show, the 3 people we saw, you have to be where you have nothing left to lose.
They're
The stakes are that high.
Well, it was just what we watched the episode of Below Deck where Camille said, "I think we're all just lost souls or lost
boys.
lost boys." That kind of is everyone on this show is someone that is just they don't have roots. I mean, one woman
You're drifting.
she lives in a van.
Oh my
She-
God.
First thing I
Frickin'
thought. Sorry, Mary.
Dana. Sorry. No, you can
The
go.
first thing I thought was Chris Farley in Saturday Night Live.
Yes,
You
it's
live
living
in a
van
down by the river.
She literally did.
and she
She-
built
Yeah.
her van.
She did. She needs sunscreen.
Dana
needs
from
to-
Montana.
She needs to throw out the yellow eyeshadow palette.
We
Yeah.
are going to talk about that.
In
actually,
fact, we
Okay,
should
good.
probably
What a
end
great
this
segue. That's a great
first-
oh, wait,
segue.
we're going to talk about Dana here still.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
going
yeah,
to be
yeah.
a long show, Poodle.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
Yeah, I forgot. We're going to talk about Dana now, and then we're going to talk
I
about
was trying to segue.
we're going to talk about
Paul
Phil and then Gerline on.
I think Gerline was a made-up name that we came up with for one of our characters that rhymed with Lurleen.
Gerline,
I think we called the character Gerline.
Yeah, I think we did. But so we're gonna talk about Dana. I will say, Poodle. I don't know if Meredith and I were talking before you came on. We did watch some of the other episode. Did y'all get far enough? Did you see the gay guy who's
There's
the
a gay guy.
optometrist?
Yeah, I know. I've seen in the trailer. I saw a gay guy.
Oh,
I saw a little bit of him.
I spotted him.
I want to date a gay doctor.
He's not a doctor. He's an optometrist.
Was that
Oh,
the guy with
shade.
silver hair and silver beard and everything?
No,
No,
that's
no,
the
no,
curly
no, no.
haired guy.
No, well, I'm
Oh, I
not
see
coming for optometrists. That is the thing. You do have to do. You have to go to school.
You would be our
but-
optometrist is really hot. You would bone him.
and actually, he's not an optometrist. He is. I think he's an
Ophthalmologist?
I think he's an optician.
Oh,
He's
or
hot.
something
That's
like
all
that.
he is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's an
so
option.
he's eye candy.
let's
I-
talk about
I
Dana.
think he's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I did see one scene where he's got Magnum condoms, and I perked up a little bit.
Let's talk about Dana from Montana, shall
Anna
we?
from Montana. She's a
Dana from
singer
Montana.
songwriter.
Oh, she sure is. Actually, I was thinking how jealous Jabri would have been of that backdrop for that
Oh,
music
yeah.
video. That was like, I kiss the worry off your lips. I'll even leave the light
know,
on.
Fun fact, I had
Oh.
considered at one point I could have been a porn star. I thought about it. And I was like, what would my stage name be? And I thought it would be Jack Montana. Like, can you imagine like coming out and be like,
Oh.
Jack Montana,
Sorry,
how's it going?
you said porn star, and that you thought about, and Jake's eyes just glazed over.
Did
No,
they?
my thought was no. Jack Constant is a really good porn name,
Yeah. It
especially like Constant hard on.
Yeah.
You know,
There's so
Yeah,
many jokes.
you're constantly
There is-
fucking.
Constantly
I
jacking
would be
off.
shocked if there
Yeah.
wasn't a Jack Constant in gay porn already. It's a
Hey, Jack, you
very
should Google that.
common.
I don't. Jack
I'm not googling that on my
Constant.
computer.
He can't because he has a work computer.
I'm on a VPN too. I can't
Um,
do that.
There's a Jack Wrangler, but I don't think there's a Jack Constant.
Ooh,
Jack, there's
those
still
were-
time.
There's
Yeah.
still time.
I could always quit my job and be a podcaster / porn star.
There you go, Jack. Live your truth.
Live
Did-
your truth.
Does anyone think she's an aspiring singer songwriter?
much.
I don't want to be ageist here. She's 38 years old.
Yes.
That is, let's say, a little advanced to not be discovered. If she's wanting that.
Also, her music feels really young. Like it
it
feels like she's
does.
doing like
Oh,
old.
that's a good point.
It feels like she's doing old Taylor Swift, like the "When You're 15." It's like that kind of music.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel age appropriate.
It doesn't, and it doesn't really feel like that should be coming from a woman who's 38, which makes me think that in her head she's 28.
I'm
so,
pretty sure that this woman lived for a big time in East Nashville.
yeah.
Oh,
'Cause that's the vibe. The hat. I think how many different hats does
Oh,
she
that
those
have?
fucking
frickin'
hat.
hats. You know what? Actually, her music, the tempo, it kind of sounds like that Mariah song from Plathville. You know, I forget how it goes, but you remember with Lydia on the, or not Lydia, Olivia on the piano.
Olivia playing a piano lick that never was optimized.
Oh, that was great.
But yeah, she's just living in a van life. She built her van and she's living that van life, and she goes to beautiful places and sings about them and gets, I'm sure, hundreds of YouTube views.
She is a Pinterest board come to life.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Dead on. I want to throw this to Maddie and Meredith. I want to just describe the makeup situation going on if you don't watch the show.
Maddie, please take this. Go first.
I'm going to
I have
say
strong
this.
feelings, but it's okay.
Yeah. You know what,
Oh,
Jack?
Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
we're-
joking.
Oh, you
From the
I have
don't?
straight
strong
Oh.
feelings
perspective.
too,
I mean,
because I
want to hear. Let's hear a straight man perspective. Someone who, the one
Good idea.
person on this podcast who likes to lick a cooter. You tell us what you think about her makeup.
I do. I do. As long as the landing strip is right. You know what I'm saying, Mayor?
I do
Exactly.
prefer. I do enjoy
what you're
cooter
saying.
licking.
Don't say that. That sounds weird out
Yeah.
of context.
No, not like that. Whatever.
Jack, you
Let's
gonna
do our
lick my
podcast.
coochie?
You sound like Angela.
Yeah,
That was
Go
the
ahead,
go.
Jack. What did you think about her makeup?
I think she looks too Valley Girl, in my opinion.
Okay.
Fair.
Like she's maybe trying to be someone that she's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I think she's beautiful, but I think that this is my own opinion. I think women in society wear too much makeup to cover up their really true their outer beauty that they have, because our society kind of pushes that on them. So I feel like maybe she lost a little bit of that. She'd really see maybe she's doesn't need to have that. So I think she wears too much makeup personally.
Jack,
Look
are
at
you trying to get laid? Like,
No,
are
I
you
don't need to
using
do
are
that.
you using reality?
Honey, you
gaze
don't
as
have
a
to work
platform?
hard. I'll be there
Jack,
soon.
Is this music?
Jack, I just want to let you know that anytime you want to come to Los Angeles and if you need a place to stay, I'll wax my back and I'll be here for you.
I've never been to LA.
Supposedly,
Calm down.
it's smooth, just like a lady's when he waxes the back.
Every woman heard you say that and just went, goosh.
Yeah,
Everyone just went to change their underpants.
You're right,
Everyone
though.
paused.
And I think what you mean by Valley Girl is Valley Girl usually is someone who is doing her makeup is younger than she looks. It's trying to be her eyeliner's too much. Also, I'm going to say this right now, and I need everyone to hear it. That is a white woman with blue to hazel light eyes.
Not you, Mayor.
Brown, maybe you can do it. But for the rest of but blonde hair as well. Never put yellow on your eyes. Not gold is okay. A gold, pinky gold, an
But this is
apricot
not-
bronze, a
this
rose
is
gold.
yellowish gold.
But-
this is yellow.
She ran a
Ban-
highlighter over her damn eyelid.
She did. Banana yellow should never go on your eyelid. That's all I want to say.
There's also the makeup gets cakey too, and
Yep.
the eye makeup gets cakey too, so it looks like she's constantly melting.
Yes,
Here's the
I
thing.
agree with Jack. She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, because she's covering up. She thinks, number one, she's 38. She is well aware of it, and she is trying to age herself way down.
She also
But
went through a
it doesn't
bad
help.
breakup, she
Yeah.
said. And that's when she bought the band and
No
everything in 7
shit.
days. So she knows she's probably feeling bad about herself.
I guarantee you, there's not been one bad breakup. There's been quite a few.
Oh, yeah. Well, I will just say with her makeup, and this is, ladies, once you hit 30, you need to start preventative moisturizing and wearing sunscreen every single day. And when you start getting lines, you have to go lighter with the foundation or just do like a tinted serum or something. You got to go lighter.
because it just
Or
makes
Botox.
it long. Yeah, or
or Botox.
Botox.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying if you can't afford Botox, I can't
No,
afford
yeah.
Botox anymore, and I'm almost 35, so I'm just trying to come up with other
I get it. It's
solutions.
Jackie Johnson from Snatch. What's her podcast name? I'm blanking.
Haley put me on the spot. Natch Butte.
Natch Butte. Yeah, as she says, if you're not wearing sunblock, then what's the point of anything else?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's very true.
that's the melting look too. It's
It
that
is the melting look.
cakiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since Twilight came out, I was like, I'm gonna make vampire like chic a look, and I'm just gonna glitter, and I'm just gonna avoid the
Sparkle
sun.
like diamonds.
Ugh,
And that's what I
Kristen
did.
Stewart. Ugh.
Sparkle like
I
diamonds.
have a
everybody.
question for y'all. Does her dad hate her?
Yes,
Okay.
I found this horrifying,
this was
And-
weird.
and especially when he says, "Well, I wish you luck, but I really hope it doesn't. And here's the thing: I'm not going to let you go." And that's when I went, if the different music was played now, this would be different. Like he would lock her up in some kind of cage and marry her in some type of weird Mormon ceremony.
Oh
Like,
yeah, there
it
was
would-
definitely like poison in that tea or something to knock
Yeah.
her out.
It was strange. She's definitely had issues with family. She even said, y'all, the show is broadcasting that every single one of these people had fucked up childhoods.
Yes.
And it's bad because they're equating that with their inability to find love. And they're basically saying this equals this. So you can't really fix yourself. So if you need to do anything, you need to go overseas to find it. And Erica's going to help you.
Yeah, and it's also like, again, it's like people that have not worked through their trauma.
Yep.
I didn't have a good childhood, but I can create what I didn't have without thinking.
Say
you
that
might-
again. Say that again for
You're
everybody
trying
out there.
You're trying. Oh my god! Now I'm like stressed out. You do this to Maddie too. This is like your Paul Hollywood like signature thing. It really
Soggy
is.
bottom.
Here's a handshake. Oh,
You're
soggy
trying to-
bottom.
You're trying to create what you didn't have
Yep.
growing up.
But yeah,
Which is something that I just want to mention about y'all's show about being brother and sister. It is funny listening to y'all, and that it reminds me somewhat of like Jake and I, and that Jake and I have been friends, for 20 years. Since I was 10 years old and he was 30, we became friends. And
Wait, what?
yeah, for me to
rude.
befriend a 10-year-old boy,
It's creepy.
that would make sense.
that went, but
We're 18 months apart, just
you-
to clarify.
I'm dying.
And he reminds you of it a lot.
But it's y'all have reactions to things, and then and immediately you either know what the sibling's going to say, or you have that you kind of have this shorthand, but also I know too much about Jake's life, and he knows too much about mine, so you know where the other person come from. So like so I think that like when you watch shows like this, it's just not. I say that because we have 20 years between us, but it doesn't translate. I feel like they want us to know 30 years of a person's life in 5 minutes of this
Yes.
show, and it feels like I feel
And
like
only
a
the
piece of-
trauma.
Yes, I
Yeah.
feel like veal. I just feel like I'm in a cage being force-fed.
Delicious. Do you feel delicious?
We had some good veal in Italy. It was
Real good
delicious.
Smothered in
Keep that
tomato sauce?
No, it was like a lemon sauce. It was
Ooh,
really
yum.
good. Yeah.
Yummy, yummy.
Wait,
Mm.
Jack, do you speak Italian?
Prego.
Prego. Per
Parlo
piacere.
Italiano. Un
Oh,
poco.
man. Are y'all both
Poco.
Italian, I'm assuming?
We're 1/8 Italian. We're actually more Ukrainian than anything else.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm
But Jack
sexy.
looks more Italian. Yeah, Jack is sexy, and I'm a
Frumpy.
woman of a certain age. I don't know.
You're beautiful.
It's either was I picking grapes in a lovely Tuscan vintage, or am I carrying hay bales on my back from
Yeah.
the
That was my family.
mead?
But Meredith, I
With
know
me.
you're pretty because I want to do your makeup, and that's how I know if women are
Oh,
pretty. I
that's
want to do their
ultimate
makeup.
Compliment.
That's all that
Wow.
matters.
Yeah.
I guess you can come to LA too.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Sure.
please. There's no room for me though. I have to get a hotel.
Yeah.
I understand.
Jack, you're with me.
Got it.
One thing I just want to say before, because we're going to finish up her soon. I wrote down, what makes these people trust Erica?
We never see.
people we never
it's
see.
if she was like well known, like a well known matchmaker. I'm trying to think of something like Patty Stanger. If
Yes.
Patty Stanger or someone who was super well known was leading this show, these people have no reason to trust this woman. Zero.
They literally open this episode like, you know, the United Airlines, like the pre-flight thing that they do, because she like turns her head. She's like, "Welcome, I'm your host," and she doesn't say her freaking name though. And she looks like a realtor too in the white suit.
She's not really a host either.
No.
I want to just say the About Me section on her website is 3 sentences.
Well, that says it all. Jackie, what were you going to say?
So, wow, that was really loud. I heard myself echo in this room.
You're okay.
I feel like it's almost that white coat syndrome. You know, like when the what was that? The Milgram experiment where they had them shock someone, but it wasn't actually a person to see how far they would go because they trusted that person because it was a doctor. So this person is a matchmaker on a TV show, so we should believe her because that's what she does. So she must be good at it. So I should go with it. That's just my perspective on it.
No, it is. It just that is what's happening. It's just weird that that's the premise of the show, and that we will believe it.
It feels reality television from 2002. That's when we did that in reality in 2002, and now we don't.
There's no foreplay. They don't even lube us up.
No,
you know what I mean?
I was cruelly penetrated,
Just railroaded
by our first by Gerline.
It was a
Cruelly
gang.
penetrated.
It's never cruel for you, Poodle. Now I will say, this is kind of talking about.
Jack was not ready for the phrase "cruelly penetrated."
He wasn't. He's just like wow.
He's fanning himself.
Wow,
like a hysterical woman from the 1920s.
I left church.
I do declare.
Yeah, exactly. This is a little bit of spoiler so for the other two people that we're going to talk about on your feed, but I'm not going to say what countries they're going to, but Dana's the country. Y'all. So then they take him to the airport and they're like, "Do you know where you're going?" And they're like, "No."
Again, this is a stupid idea for the reveal at the airport.
She gives them the ticket and she finds out she's going to Ireland. And I went, "Okay, great. You're going to Ireland."
Sweet.
And whereas like the other, but do you think that, and maybe it's just the 3 we saw so far, I'm like, is she a matchmaker or does she just send people to where their genetic heritage is from?
That's a great point.
That's
a really good point.
She did that. She's doing that with, I mean, not that Phil's from but there's many different places in Africa where that's where his mom was. And then with
Gerlina. Yeah, Gerline.
She sends her.
But she's of Indian descent. However, she is going to an Indian family.
Yes, and so
a country where she
Dana,
can speak the language, right?
Yeah, I think that's a big deal.
Some
I think everyone has to be able to go someplace. It's not like 90 Day Fiance where you don't know a word of English.
See, I would love that.
Where Ji-hoon has the little translator,
Yeah.
and it's just saying like, I like to suck off whatever.
Like that,
it's not even
that lady would submit. Like that
Jenny.
one.
Yeah,
I watched that
Jenny.
show. See,
I
know
And the
things.
parents.
Yeah, I know
Oh my
things.
God.
Can you imagine Jenny? They're like, Jenny, we're sending you to India. Oh, I don't speak the language.
Just speak chicken. Just speak chicken to me. Now, so they're sending her to Ireland, and when she's on the plane to Ireland, Dana's recording herself in the bathroom, freaking out, going, "What happened?
She's losing her shit.
What happens
Who
if I'm
wouldn't?
stranded in Ireland?" I'm like,
You're in Ireland, bitch.
"You're in."
The other thing is like,
Take a
How
fucking
great
English
go to
speaking
London.
Yes,
how great was your life as it was? You were in a fucking van. This is a step up.
Also, your dad has like a 6,000 square foot house in Montana. Like, she's like, I have nothing to go home to. I'm like, bitch, you packed your like van next to this like huge house and this beautiful piece of property.
You don't have anything anyway. You have nothing to go home to.
You're fine.
You're
I
fine.
mean, she goes from having to decide where to take a number 2 before making out to going to Ireland.
Yes,
I'm telling you,
that's the plot point.
honey, Dana, everything is a step up from here. This is everything is good for you. If she sent you to Missouri with nothing but like money in your pocket, it'd be a step up.
My favorite though, she's like, oh my God, I can't wait to meet a burly man in a kilt. And I'm like, Where the fuck do you think you're going?
A redheaded
Nigel,
man.
This is Nigel Thornberry or something like that.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you're in the wrong. She's like, is that Scotland? I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
No, she's a moron.
And her makeup is a war crime. Her makeup is a straight war crime.
It's a straight war crime.
Damn, throw it down.
Sorry,
She's
I'm not
going
around.
to Ireland. She is not going to Scotland.
There you go.
Jack, you have a pretty good Scottish accent. Didn't you trick a bartender in Italy?
I tricked a guy who slapped a person in the neck who was Scottish, and I
Wow.
was drunk at this point. I was a full bottle of Israeli wine down at this point. This guy slaps this guy's neck, and I'm like, holy shit! And he was like, oh, I thought I was my friend, and I was like, that's my brother there. Like, what are you doing? You better buy us a point.
That's not bad.
So
It's
he
not
goes
bad,
like,
right?
oh, I didn't know you were brothers. So like, yeah, fuck, we are. Go get us a point there, friend. So then he did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
How do
Oh,
you
no.
have a Scottish accent?
Poodle's getting
I'm
turned
very
on.
good.
when you
I'm
do
into
very
it.
good at accents.
With that, I need to go refresh my drink so I don't hit on you more. We're gonna move over to y'all's feed, Constant Reality Check, for the other two Lonely Hearts, and they only get worse from here.
This was the high point, oddly enough.
Y'all, thank you for being on our show. Real quick, where can people find you?
You can find us on Constant Reality Check on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We are on Twitter at ConstantRC_pod. It's really just my burner account. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at Meredith Constant. Snacky.
I am on Instagram and TikTok, Jack Constant _, Snapchat, Jack Constant _1. Fuck that person who took mine. And Facebook is Jonathan Jack Constant.
I was
But also,
aggressive.
we're on Patreon and Supercast as well. So if you want to check us out over there, Constant Reality Check, and wherever you subscribe to podcasts,
Send your panties to Jack.
send your panties to Jack, not Meredith,
I'll give you feet pics.
or your toenails, or whatever Justine and Michael were sending each other.
I guarantee you, Jack, women have just imagined what you looked like and have just looked you up. I know our listeners. They have.
Jack, you're in so much trouble.
Because we would do the same thing.
Oh, that's what I do. That's my move.
I'm just a
Yeah.
guy. That's all. Just a guy.
All right, everybody.
Oh, yes, you are.
Okay, we're going to go on that. Meredith and Jack, thank y'all so much for being just such supporters and friends of our show. And this is a dream to do
We'll
this.
see
with
you on
y'all.
your feed.
See you on
Thank
part two.
you.
Thanks for life.